Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 3 as America, the US of A. It is April of 1942. We have successfully completed the first couple amphibious assaults in the Pacific. We have learned much about those mechanics, and I am anxious to continue to apply what we've learned by slowly expanding our efforts in the Pacific. I don't know, at least short term, if I'm actually going to deploy any more Marines or landing crafts in the Pacific. I might just keep using what we've got and very slowly take sort of one little island at a time. Some people are like, go straight for mainland Japan. It turns out they don't actually defend it that much. That sounds kind of gamey. I'm not going to do that. We're going to look at sort of hop-skipping our way over here and seeing what we can do to gain control of more naval bases and more airstrips as well. In particular, I may want to go and retake this island up here because from Attu Island, they can probably go and invade Alaska, and I'd like to ideally avoid having Alaska be the toehold for which the Japanese might take out Canada. That would be bad. Meanwhile, I definitely do want to make a more concrete move against Germany at some point, although, you know, again, historically, the land invasion didn't happen for quite some time, but by this point, we're probably, I don't remember the timing of the U.S. starting their strategic bombing warfare, but it's got to be pretty soon, around here, right? So we are producing our strategic bombers. We've got a handful right over here that are about to finish, and I believe they will mostly get deployed in the south of England over here, and we'll start doing some strategic bombing of the German holdings over here. Why is this one all striped like? Oh, I guess it's the blue stripe because it's the Luxembourg color, and then it's gray, of course, because the Germans have control over it, but we do have a little resistance base over here, which is very cool. Meanwhile, it looks like the Germans are about to attack us again in Cherbourg, so we'll have to... I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to get my battleships out there. Again, we had to park our battleships for a long time there to get them repaired because they kept getting bombed, but they're now at 100%, and if I put them out here, let's go and put you on like passive so you generally don't encounter things, but they will provide a bombardment bonus, or rather a bombardment penalty to the Germans, so I think they get 20% less attack. My god, my voice is just going, what's going on here? There we go, cleared my throat a little bit better now. Yeah, they'll get a 20% penalty to their combat stats, so that should help us defend a little bit longer, and once the fighting actually starts, we'll also make use of our planes over here. I think these are probably all repaired, yeah, and fully organized, which is good. So I'm going to make a wing of 4 interceptors. So you guys are going to come over here and, for up to a month, during the day, you can't do as much during night anyway, you are going to provide air superiority over this one province over here. That looks okay. And then the other group, you are going to do reserves. I guess you can be on continuous duty. So you will replace any planes that happen to get shot down. It should work that way, I think. I don't know about organization, but for raw number of planes, it should work out. Okay, so that'll reinforce the position over there. Meanwhile, in the Pacifical, what we will do is, here are our Marines. What I'm going to do is split these guys into 2. Well, basically, I'm going to split my flotilla over here into 2 groups of 5, or 2 groups of 6. Really? Oh, right, I had 10 Marines, but I actually had 12 of these transports. You know what I'm going to do? I'll pop a couple of those out here. You guys, why don't you go and rebase? Well, I don't know. We might end up throwing an extra couple of dudes in the Pacific. Let me rebase you in San Diego, because that's where we end up putting, you know, all our new recruits, because we can't actually put them on the islands. And then this flotilla here, I'm going to divide you into 2 groups of 5, which is going to be fine. And then over here, we're going to go and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Get on a boat. And you are going to do an invasion of this island over here. And this battle fleet here, you're going to be coming over here and doing a patrol over the area aggressively. And actually, I have another fleet. Oh, that's the small one. I do have another big fleet somewhere else. Yeah, so we have this guy patrolling. The second navy is patrolling around Wake. I don't think we need a big navy patrolling around Midway. I think that's going to be fine. So I'm going to actually develop you over here, and we're going to keep an eye over this entire group of islands. So that is our first naval landing. Oh, it doesn't show me who's boarding the ship and who isn't. Okay, so let me unpause for a tick here. And give these guys a chance to actually move out. Nope, forces are under attack. Yes, okay, that's the attack over here. I did spot that the Germans were about to attack me over here. We do have a stacking penalty because of our extra units, but shouldn't be that bad, I hope. Meanwhile, oh my god! The English! The English are doing a naval landing in, looks like they're going to... Caen? I can't remember how, because I see this and say, like, Caen. But I don't think that's the way it's actually pronounced. Is it Co? Or am I thinking of Co? Is this Co? C-A-U-X in other spellings? I don't know, whatever. But the British are landing over here, which is going to be fantastic because they're going to be able to relieve me here. They're going to be able to attack these guys from behind, assuming there's no troops over here. Oh, that's fantastic. Operation Annoy the Germans might actually have a big payoff here. Meanwhile, how are the Russians doing? Is this it's Moscow over here? I think the Germans are pushing in a little bit further over here, so that's not entirely good news for the Russians. Yeah, we really have to get our strategic bombers over there. Meanwhile, I got to keep babysitting over here. No, that's the first group. Just waiting for it to complete this move. There we go. So now we've just got the 5. Excellent. You get on some more invasion boats, and you are going to make a move for this port over here. Okay. Was there like 0 organization in that group? What was going on there? Oh, there's like 0 fuel on my transport ships. Too many fleets kicking around. This fleet over here, actually. Let me rebase you to down there so you get your supplies from Palmyra instead. Okay, good. That way, these guys should hopefully have more fuel being properly delivered from Johnston Island. But even though I'm rebased over there, I will continue to patrol the seas around Johnston Island because that's our important foothold and we want to babysit that. Okay, so hopefully you guys will get refueled. Your speed is currently okay. You're not out of fuel. 94% yesterday, so hopefully you'll be okay. Meanwhile, my actual battle fleets are moving forward slightly faster. They'll get there first. I actually should have established a somewhat more aggressive naval presence in here. I'm actually going to set... How come I can't just move you? That's weird. Okay, yeah. Finish your rebase. Then I'm going to move you out there to provide proper bombard and air support for the invasion. Probably moving up my invasion forces too fast in general, but... Okay. Target's out of range. Oh! Poop. So I would have to put you back on Johnston. But Johnston doesn't actually have enough fuel flow for some reason. I guess it's probably because its naval base is actually quite poor. It's probably something like that. Whereas the naval base here, well, also isn't good, but at least it's got less stuff to deal with. Well, I guess you're going to have to rebase over there, which should give us the ability, no, not even then, to move in there. How is that out of range? Huh. Well, damn. Alright, reposition yourself over there. We'll figure something out. What about you? Can you move here? You can move there. How come? From Midway, that is sufficient? I find that a little bit hard to believe, but okay. So now you definitely don't have fuel again because you're being... Okay. Well, move out there anyway. So we can reach from here, but we just don't get any fuel, which is kind of annoying. Alright, target chance is improved. That sounds like a pretty good thing. Speed has dropped a little, but it's still moving. It'd certainly suck if there was a fleet waiting here, but we do have reinforcements along the way. Now, they do have some anti-air guns. We have a bunch of navies out here. So it looks like they're trying to re-land on Wake Island. Alright. Move out. Oh, those are my transports. But this fleet here, which is in great condition, can definitely move out. Right, I actually moved my patrolling fleet off of Wake Island to come down here, didn't I? Well, at least we do have... actually, we have a decent ground defense as well. Probably we'll be able to push them back just fine. Hopefully. Meanwhile, let's grab all these CAGs. Let's go ahead and send them on some sort of ground attack set of missions over here. Just for like 3 days. And go. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of battles kick in. Japan storming our beaches, as expected. And our forces are under attack. We do have the defense. They might only be landing with a single division. It does say Marine Division, but other than that, I don't know. Meanwhile, you... I don't know what you're trying to do, but you're supposed to be engaging some ships over here, buddy boy. Meanwhile, how are we doing over here? Do we still have that other attack going on? The Battle of Cherbourg, which they are losing. The percentage is going down, which is good because they are attacking us, so a low percentage is good. The green number is really good for us. Fantastic. I wonder very much how... I guess I can't click on these to see the battle stats. But the Brits will probably have a bit of a hard time here. Germans do have some units nearby, but we'll see. How are my planes? I want to select the planes. Can I select you from over here? Oh, yes, I can. You're still in great shape. Excellent. My battleships are still in great shape. Good. And if we do look at those stats, so I do have the 20% dig in, plus a lot of leader skill, which is good. I do have the encirclement penalty, but they do have the shore bombardment penalty. My defense modifier is 116 versus their attack of 145. Obviously, 145 is higher, but I have a lot more dudes kicking around, so that's really good news. Okay, hostile navy over here. We've got, looks like a single transport with a single... Are those destroyers? I think so. So, obviously, we're going to sink their navy over here. They actually have no organization as is. And even if they... I didn't sink them, I don't think they'd be able to take the land. One guy against a bigger stack, plus then they have the amphibious assault penalty. That's no good. Meanwhile, over here, though, a single garrison unit is what's actually defending. We have... Let's see here. We do have our 10% stacking penalty. I guess, you know, going in with maybe like 4 might be, and opposed to 5 might be more optimal, but 10% isn't too bad. We do have some reinforcements, although the reinforcement chance per tick is relatively low. Overall, it'll be okay. Defense modifier is 131. We do have shore bombardment going on, plus we are doing some air bombardment as well. I think we're going to be able to complete this landing perfectly fine. Won the Battle of Wake Island over here. We lost 0 troops. They lost 91, but I think they'll probably lose the rest of their dudes here. People have pointed out that the actual deaths in battle aren't necessarily the same as what has happened in some of these attacks, like especially my amphibious invasions, because effectively we have sort of killed everyone else, even if it wasn't in battle. But in practice, hopefully, you know, we took them prisoner instead. In any case, they're gone. We actually destroyed both those ships, which is nice. They weren't particularly threatening, but it's still nice to have happened. Meanwhile... we're going to go and put one group back on patrol over here, and the other group we're going to move down to try to keep a patrol down here over our target islands. All right, so we've got that. We've got the second invasion force that's coming in over there too, which is good. You're coming in here too. It's really not necessary, although we can rebase you over here relatively soon. The land invasion is about to finish. Momentarily, we'll get credit for winning the battle, and then shortly after that, we'll actually take the island. And yeah, it's a naval base, so we can go and park some ships there. Very good. Dramatically cutting back on some of our naval operation range, which I'm really excited about. Plus, it limits the ability for Japan to come back over here and hit us. Especially if we take all their naval bases in this little group of islands, I think we can probably leave Johnston and Hawaii completely open. All right, the Battle of Mille we have won. And Battle of Cherbourg we have won as well. The UK troops still haven't landed, because if they do land, we will probably try to do a breakout at that point. Now, with that in mind, though, our fleet over here should probably change to do some air superiority over the province where the Brits are trying to move in. We're going to give them some air cover. Not continuous. Actually, you know what? A month is fine. Day operations only. We could ground attack with interceptors? Is that a thing, really? I'm wondering if we should run 2 missions. You do get a stacking penalty, though. Even if they're 2 separate wings, I believe, right? If the first air wing does air superiority and the second air wing does ground attack, I think you still get a stacking penalty. What if, though? What if I split these guys into 2? That way we won't get the same stacking penalty. You will do air superiority for a month. Only during the day. And you will do ground attack for a month. Again, during the day when you'll be covered. Boom. Okay, and hopefully the plucky Brits will be assisted by that. Engage the enemy. Oh. Where? Over the channel. Really? Interesting. Oh, do I need to assist with bombardment? Do they have... No, they've got some battleships over here, so they're doing the sea bombardment just fine. My ships are in good condition for now. I guess I will leave them in the... This is Western English Channel. That's going to be okay. And yeah, breaking out is going to be dicey until there's more of a land presence, because I think right now this attack would be a little bit bad, although presumably they've taken some organization penalties, right? These are not really attacking forces. I really need to start delivering some tanks over here. And I think I'm waiting until I finish researching the self-propelled artillery, which should be in the queue. Pretty sure it was in here. Where's my spark? Right over there. Self-propelled artillery brigade will accompany the tanks, and then we'll start dropping some tanks over here and then do some attacks at that point. Okay, so that's that. What else we got going on over here? We've taken that island, good and properly. Excellent. You're supplied from Midway. Johnston, that's the one we want to rebase you to over here. Meanwhile, you with the Midway, you're actually going to move to hang out in the sea zone and provide some air support and shore bombardment for this naval invasion. I might not even have any troops over there. I don't see anything. And presumably at this point we'd at least see question marks to show that there were land forces in play. So that's going to be pretty good. Okay, planes are under attack. Interesting, is it combining all the wings together? Ooh, and some of mine are in sort of rough shape over here. Still, we'll go ahead and keep up the attack. Help out the Brits a little bit. I'm tempted. You know, we do have a lot of troops left here for defense. What if I took a stack of 3? Oh, you have no supply or organization. Hold on, that's no good. Not you. Everyone else is fine. So let's go ahead and trim this down this way. And what if we moved in here? We'd probably lose. But would it be the end of the world? Would it cost us this location? I don't think so. And if we can annoy the Germans around here a little bit more, it might not be a bad idea. They're going to be defending with more stuff. The one thing I can say is we don't have a stack penalty. I guess I could have grabbed the 4th guy too, and that would have been fine. 80% right now, but is it going to be increasing? What's our attack? 176 is pretty good. Their defense is only 140. Right. Defender damage bonus. Why do they have defender? Is that always there? And their guys are in crap condition. That's pretty good. You know what? Even if we lose it, we can keep attacking with waves of 3. 3, 3. We don't have necessarily reinforcements, but literally we just keep attacking in waves. We actually might be able to break through there. Now, that location is a hell of a lot more exposed than Cherbourg is, because it can be attacked by a lot more adjacent provinces. But holy crap. In fact, I'm wondering if I should try to break out over here too. But no, I'm going to make sure we keep our toehold here. It would be devastating if we lost that. Okay, that's good. Meanwhile, the troops over here, well, we have to wait for you guys to reorganize. But we will be moving out again soon. Taking out that airstrip would be nice. That might be a good place for us to run some missions from once we take this. In particular, they do have some planes over here, so we could provide some extra air support over in that spot, which would be lovely. And yet, we've taken another island. You guys will rebase to this island. Okay, you've rebased, but then... no, oh, you have to complete this move first. I see. You have to complete the rebasing move before you issue another command. I didn't realize I was canceling the rebase. I guess it makes sense. Okay. We have won that battle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one extra division over here and move it into this province. Actually, maybe 2. I think 2 might be okay. Okay. So there's going to be a total of 5 divisions over here, and we'll still have a good number of divisions in, probably an overkill in Cherbourg. And then we'll move forward, and then we'll figure out what we want to do next. In particular, if we did want to attack right away, I guess what I would want to do is move yet another division over here. No, there. Which would give me 3 fresh divisions that hadn't moved yet, that hadn't, that don't need a rest. Assuming I selected them right, which is a little hard to see. Meanwhile, the English are still trying to land. And actually, I do have... Oh, no, these are all HQs. Right. I was going to say I have a bunch more troops over here. Can I... No, I do, though. You guys, move over here, where I do have some transports. We actually might be able to do a half-decent invasion over here. It's a little hodgepodge. It's not like the sort of critical mass of numbers I was hoping for, and we haven't weakened them up with strategic bombing yet. Hell, it's still 2 years early for our real D-Day invasion, and yet... we are definitely making some moves. Light cruiser escort role advanced. That sounds pretty good. That's our light cruiser positioning bonus, which is always kind of nice. It's not so far ahead of time, so that's good. And what can we deploy? Some more Marines. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop 2 Marines over here, because we do have the extra fleet. You guys might go and pick up a few more islands that aren't terribly defended. The rest of them I'm going to go ahead and deploy over in Boston. And then we will have to go and ferry them over to the UK to do a naval landing at some point. I've got those transports, but I'm not going to move the transports yet because I'm going to bring these guys in here. We have a toehold, which means we don't need to use Marines for amphibious invasions. It's much better if we just drop people here. But having those Marines gives us an option for another landing later on. Okay, oh, and I guess over here I could take these guys, plop them onto a boat, and then say, hey, I don't know how well defended it is. Oh, there's definitely at least a garrison unit. I actually have pretty good information over here. It's probably just this one garrison. I would really want to move some ships to do this. Oh, and there's a range limitation. I wonder if we can even retake it from anywhere. Maybe if I rebase you in Anchorage over here? Okay, we're going to try that. I'm going to try to rebase you in Anchorage, and then we'll see if we can retake that island. I don't think it's worth any victory points, so it's not necessarily important, but it would be nice to get working again. These guys can actually turn around and attack instantly because they actually didn't do an attack, so they don't need that rest period. How do you not have a fleet? Oh, my transport fleet. Just dropped them off and then left. Right. Derp. You guys are going to move out there. I wasn't even thinking about that. Transport fleet number 1. Your job is to go and rebase over here. Where's my other 5-man transport fleet? Did it make it all the way back? It did. You're going to rebase over there. Totally forgot that that was a thing that I have to worry about. And you have finished your rebase over here. There's not a whole lot of supplies, but there's something. And you're going to go and, say, patrol this area over here. And yeah, you're just going to... You're also on patrol. We have a lot of fleets over here, and you're just going to sit here and annoy the island. Oh, we have planes under attack. The Brits have some CAGs over here, too. Yeah, my air fleet has very little organization left. What are my reserves looking like? They're fine. Do the reserves even, reserve? Do they do that? Oh, I didn't realize I have a naval bomber over here. It's kind of weird. Tell you what, let's go. I'm going to click on fillets over here and tell it to do a regional air superiority instead. I think that might be a good idea. Okay, meanwhile, my guys over here. Yeah, see, I didn't move the extra guy. Ooh, and a little bit of a supply shortage, too. Okay, we'll move you forward. Okay, more airplane fights. When you arrive over here, we're going to go and, I think, hit these guys on the flank with a trio. That is what we're going to do. Planes, yes, yes, yes. Fast forward just a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, of these guys, so we're going to unselect these 3, because they can't do another attack right now. But these 3 divisions are going to go and assist over here. Assist the British. We've lost. Instantly. At a cost of 3,000 troops instantly? That seems odd. Oh, it must... Okay, the Brits who were leading that attack must have lost, and it's their troops that got damaged. That's a little bit annoying, because it means we got reset over here, and we can't attack right away. Oh well, that's okay. We'll just sit tight for now. Not the end of the world. Meanwhile, the Pacific. And meanwhile, let's put a cut in this episode. Yeah, we've got those 2 idle battleships still, because they don't have screens, which we're still waiting for in our queue very, very much. But otherwise, we're doing okay. We got our landing crafts here. I wonder if they're supplied from Millie, 3,500. Is this Millie? What's the distance? Doesn't have to repair anything. Yeah, see, I really don't know how the naval reinforcement or supply rates function exactly, but well. Most likely we can go and invade this next island. I'm actually pretty confident. These guys didn't even fight, so they're pretty fresh. We're going to load them on, and we're going to go ahead and do an invasion of, what is this? Of Kwajalein Island. Can you even invade islands that don't have a dock? Is that a thing? Alright, can I load you guys up and say invade there? Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. Can you get them off again? Because normally the way I do it is I put them in a place with a dock, and then I just tell them to get on a boat. If I have transports at sea, can I move people onto the transport from there? Like, how do I ever get them off this island? There must be a way. Still, it's not worth any victory points, so why would I care about it? It doesn't extend my naval range, doesn't do anything like that. I mean, I'm assuming there's no victory points. No. These are worth victory points. 1 and 1. And that's it. Meanwhile, let's double check that Alaskan island. Oh, this one here actually has a victory point, and Anchorage does. But the one they took doesn't. Still, the one they took is strategically important because it's actually got a port and everything. Okay, so there's no reason to go and conquer that. What is this? This is English. Oh, we can go and take this island, maybe. Take out another naval base. That seems relatively good. Marines are on there. Yes, good. So you go and invade over there. And you're doing that. And then I'm going to take one of these guys. You're going to park yourself over here to do some ground bombardment. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep hopping around with my 2 marine invasion groups, and we're going to try to take out every airport, every airbase, every naval base in the Pacific one step at a time, slowly but surely, while also fighting a war over here. Sounds like fun. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.